first evaluation of Subin's Icebreaker will be from Mary Anne Burrows, ACS ALS. Mary Anne.
Fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests, and especially Subin. It's truly my pleasure to be able to evaluate his very first speech. And for those of us who have been in Toastmasters for some time, you know what it took for him to get up here and give that speech, both in preparation and getting past those nerves and standing up here. But I was really amazed how you just took a deep breath and you have this calm presence that, you may have been nervous inside, but you certainly didn't show it on the outside, which is excellent. One of your already natural speaking skills is that you have a very strong voice, very easy to listen to. I'm sure everybody in the back of the room could hear your voice clearly, so that was excellent. Did we get to know the speaker? Definitely. We got to hear a little bit about where he came from, what it was like to be born in India, and some of the background there. And then his relationship with his sister. And then he continued on with his aspirations to come to the U.S. and then being here for a time and then leaving again and then coming back. And I thought that was very well done. I think everybody in the room got to know Subin on a different level. Did the speaker talk clearly and audibly? And as I mentioned before, definitely a very strong, easy to listen to voice. Did the speech have definite opening, body, and conclusion? Definitely. He took the quote to begin the speech, which is always an excellent way to start a speech, really defined where his speech was going to go. He then supported that in the body of the speech and explained a lot about his background, his life, what it meant to be, how do you pronounce it, Mallu. And he carried that through the speech. And I really loved the way that he presented the picture at the very end, added a little humor, and yet really expressed within that picture the characteristics of himself, of how he's always moving forward and wants to explore the next thing in life. A number of things that you might have done slightly different was you didn't use any notes, which is absolutely fantastic for your first speech. But because you didn't use the lectern, it felt like you were squashed up in the front a little bit. Anytime you're not going to use the lectern, it's probably not a bad idea to move it out of the way so that that gives you a little bit more free reign in the front. So that's something. And a couple times you look down at the floor, and I think it's kind of humorous because my very first speech, that was one of the things I was called on to, and I thought I wasn't looking at the floor. But after I watched the film, I noticed I was looking at the floor. I think that's just a thing when we're first starting out, when you're trying to think of something, you might look at the floor, or you might look up. And the suggestion that was given to me is to just look at somebody and try to refocus your thinking instead of looking at the ground. But for the very first speech, I think you did an absolutely excellent job. Again, we got to know a lot about you. And if you were nervous, you certainly didn't let us know. And I'm definitely looking forward to your next speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Anne. Now, before I forget to mention it again, the speech evaluations are timed at 2 to 3 minutes. As far as Mary Anne's evaluation, very good job as we've come to expect from you by this point. I do like how you not only commented on his strengths and weaknesses, but you were also very specific and you gave him suggestions for improvement on those weaknesses. Our next evaluator, speaking at Eric Graves' speech, is Anna Lori.
Mr. Evaluator, fellow Toastmaster, and today's guest, and especially Eric Graves. My role is to being here, act as a pundit, and give some suggestions and some evaluations on Eric's speech. But believe me, it's a tough job, especially when we have a speech like Eric's today. That all falls that confidence goes away in a moment, and then it is just realization like your Toastmasters tips comes handy in that case to evaluate such speeches. So what a speech. Seriously, what a speech. It was fifth speech, it was second speech, but the fifth project in Competent Communicator Manual, and main goals for this speech was your body talks. So how person is using the body for gestures, for posing the confidence, giving those vibration or the feel what he has in that contents. And I believe, first of all, congratulate, it's a great job, Eric. For those who are new, there are some techniques basically he has used indirectly. He portrayed the girl here and he was about to propose. And whenever he was, I could portray the whole long hair, caramel color, and that third grade girl. So it was just a picture in my mind, and he was always talking to her. When he was proposing, he said, my heart was pounding. With voice variations and that gesture, I could really feel that vibration of his heart. So great job on that. And that's the technique. You have that picture there, you proposed, and when he came here, he has said that, yes, he said yes. Okay, so you also feel that joy, that anxiety. So great job on all those movements. He bent little down and he did that like, she said yes. If I hadn't done something like this, yes, she said yes. Okay. But those little movements, those made a lot of difference, Eric. Teacher walking, oh definitely. Chin up, looking like this. Wow. He indirectly used all these props. He was looking above the spec glasses. Definitely a great job. Rest of stuff, apart from the main goal, contents was great. Definitely the organization body, opening body and closure was good. Just a one improvement, and I believe this is maybe just my observation. If would I have done this, I think it could have been a little bit better. You started with the dance theme and your topic of may I have a dance, so that was the great start. In between, in the body, you talked about opportunities, you talked about what stops you to take on those opportunities. Just at end, I thought that look you started with the dance, you could have completed on the end. Maybe you could have danced a little bit and imagined us, giving us some brighter picture. But definitely, apart from this, I couldn't find anything else which you could have improved. So great job, Eric. Thank you. Now, Mr. Ivalek.
Thank you. I especially liked how you not only talked about Eric's wounds, you actually went out and demonstrated them. So it was a very demonstrative speech and a very demonstrative evaluation match. And now if I could have the timers report, please, from Dave Mallu, CL.
Sure. Our education master today, Linda, was 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Speech by Subin was 10 minutes and 16 seconds. Mary Anne's evaluation was 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Eric's speech was 5 minutes and 43 seconds. Anand's evaluation was 3 minutes and 28 seconds. Larry as table topic was 1 minute 28, and then my table topic was 1 minute 6. So everybody's about able to get a trophy today.
As you heard from Dave, everybody is eligible, so if you could please put 30 seconds on the clock, and we will forward it out to Ashwini. And again, for our guests, this is where we are voting on the best table topic speaker. We only had 2 today, and the best evaluated between Anne and Mary Anne.
Please select Ashwini.
evaluation of the meeting. The meeting began on time. Yes, Russ has been very good at making sure the meeting starts on time. One thing I would suggest, I know we all have busy lives and other commitments, but if we could try to be a few minutes early as opposed to running through the door when the meeting starts, again, if you can, and when you can. Was the invocation prepared and presented in an orderly manner? Yes, Russ again has that duty as one of his many duties on the day, and did very well, basically taking over the whole first few minutes of the meeting. Were guests properly acknowledged? I believe so. I hope the guests agree with me. Even those who came in a little later, Russ did a good job of acknowledging them. And, can I have the off-county variance report from Shea Meritain now that I've just plugged in another op?
Mary Anne, as your evaluator, you have the ahs or ums, because you so want to flip over. Subin, a couple ahs, a couple ums. You did very good up front, like for the first 6 minutes, or 5 minutes. Nothing, some pressure blowing in. Also do a watch for a filler word. Very nice job for your first speech. Eric, very nice job, just one off. John, we've got a couple odds and ends, mostly just some odds. Dave, about 3 odds, 1 or 2 ons. And Anand, just 1 off, 1 on.
And just to comment on the word of the day, I thought that was very appropriate considering we're getting into politics season, or since we're in Ohio, we've been in politics season for a while, and when it comes to elections, everyone seems to be a pundit. Thank you. Our education master was Linda Snyder, CCCL. I like that you went a little off course. Normally we pick a topic that goes along with the theme of the day. I like how you picked the Distinguished Club, because it's one thing to say, keep saying we want to be a Distinguished Club. It's another thing to say, okay, we need this, this, and this to become a Distinguished Club. So I like that you were able to outline those goals for us. Our table topics master, leading us and putting our thinking caps on, was Stacy as ACL. These were very nice topics going in line with the theme of the day. Of course, I just wish we could have heard more of them. Our Toastmaster was Kim Wren, CC ALB. Was she well prepared? Yes, as you may remember, she sent out the email a week early, so I think we're all well prepared with our roles today, even those who had to change the last second. Did she give proper introductions? Yes. All details covered? Yes. I know you explained that she's a Toastmaster. Maybe if you could have also commented on CC as Competent Communicator, first level, things of that nature. But other than that, you did a very good job. And with that, thank you for your time. Thank you for all who participated, and I will return control to Kim Wren, CC ALD.